All right. Good morning out there. Let's check. Make sure we're operating at peak efficiency on the use of tube. Yes. All right. We is. That's nice. Anyway. All right. Let's jump on this. Wow, 20 seconds. Good morning. Welcome to Ryan. Welcome to Coffee and Resales. My name is Ryan, and I get stuff from yard sales, garage sales, thrift stores, and other places. First thing I want to do is mention welcome back, John, the small time bookseller. Link in the description below. Does a real good job sourcing and reselling books out in Houston and places such as Lake Jackson, Texas. Anyway, he's a good watch. Real nice guy. Friend about the met him doing this type of thing. I'd like to actually make it out to Houston one day, Johnny, go see you. Next time I'm out in Tejas. That sort of thing. Anyway, so this morning, not a lot to talk about, but it is Monday and I wanted to do a little something. So we're going to go over the 2 weekend sales. And I didn't necessarily do some sourcing, but I had some friends at church pass along a few things to me. I am officially that guy at church now. So occasionally I'll get some stuff from friends at church who just are looking to unload some things here and there. I wind up with them and then they're my problem. So, but that's fine too some days. Anyway, so we'll do the sales and then we'll do the finds and then we'll get off and it probably won't be real long. Here we go. All right, first up, ELVIS. This is a ELVIS Souvenir Folio Concert Edition. I actually got it from my mom's house. $10 out the door. Listed it last week. This is fairly consistent seller. ELVIS stuff is worth looking up. I'm not gonna guarantee it sells. It's worth lotting up at least. There's a lot of ELVIS stuff out there. I mean, even still. So don't go too crazy when you see it. But if you see something ELVIS-y for sale for $1 or $2 at a yard sale, and if you see more than a couple things, it may be worth picking up if you can get them real cheap because you can. It's the type of thing that may be worth lotting up. So you get 5 or 6 ELVIS memorabilia things for $10, and you can flip all of them together online for $30. That type of thing. But this particular one is a sort of a photo book, poster book type thing. Later ELVIS. Vegas ELVIS. It probably was my grandmother's. She was a big ELVIS fan. Anyway, ELVIS. $10 for that. So, and the other sale is my other specialty, religious stuff. I have these sitting a while. I think I got them summer. So these have been out there a little while. These are biblical book expositions by Charles Erdman. I think this is one of the German guys who theologically they asked all the right questions and came up with all the wrong answers. Let's put it that way. I think the way they kind of approached Scripture wasn't necessarily orthodox, but they asked a lot of good questions and led to a lot of modern thought about Scriptures, good and bad, and it developed out a lot of the German stuff. But anyway, Erdman, not Bart Ehrman. This is Charles Erdman. These are 9 books that sold for $20. So I find if you can get, even if it's not by a great theologian, if you can get batches of commentaries together for $1 or $2 a piece, they sometimes worth lining up if they're by the same guy in the same series. So, and all those 2 sales will go out today. And so those are my 2 sales. So a little bit of a slow weekend. It's post-Christmas. This is going to happen. Keep listing. Keep putting stuff out there. And it'll pick up. It will. Getting closer and closer to a couple months will be more sourcing season. Work on your sourcing. Be the guy that hits the yard sales if you're in a place that still has them. Here in Georgia, they're still going to pop up occasionally, even in January and February, and the state sales. So I've got to be hitting those when I can, and on top of the thrift stores to try to come up with stuff. So that's that plan. Okay, a friend of mine at church gave me a bunch of books, and I've gone through a few of them. I haven't looked anything up yet, but what I've got here is the stuff that rings my instinctive bells to see if they'll be worthwhile doing. So, several religious books. This is a commentary on Romans. This is David Steele. I'm not sure who that is. And Curtis Thomas. This is a type of thing. Commentaries. If you're at say an estate sale, a yard sale or something, and somebody's selling books for 25, 50 cents, and includes commentaries, particularly older looking ones, like no barcode, that type of thing, grab them. I would say they're probably worth getting and lining up, particularly if you have an alternate non-eBay route to sell them. I've had reasonable success selling religious commentary type books on some Facebook marketplace groups. Now, don't just go for your run-of-the-mill religious I would say like inspirational stuff. That stuff doesn't tend to sell all that well, resell all that well on eBay. It's commentaries, it's technical stuff, it's theological stuff that tends to hold its value better. So this is the type of thing that's worth grabbing. This is a little bit older. This says Shopping for a Guide, Fringe Religions Today. Alternative religions, explanations, but there's some books that do well, some that don't. For what it's worth, one of the best books on that is Kingdom of the Cults by, I think Walter Martin's has died now, but there's a real good, and a new one comes out every few years called Kingdom of the Cults, and that's probably the best book that outlines cult beliefs, non-orthodox, small o, orthodox Christian beliefs. But Shopping for a Guide is probably a little bit of a primer type one on it. And here's one, The Collapse of Evolution. Again, a little bit older. Not sure if there's going to be much value of these, but these are the ones that kind of ring my bell as to useful. All Things Bright and Beautiful by James Herriot. This one lots up well. If you can come across all the books in this series, there's 4 or 5. I think I've got one sitting here. Particularly the hardcovers. If you can get all of these at once, that sells. These don't really do great individually, unless maybe they're first editions or something. And even then, I'm not so sure. But this is a series, this is a collection that lots up pretty good. All right. Confessing Christ, again, pamphlet type book, but no barcode. I think this is like a theological type of book. So this is another one I'm going to look up that kind of like, this is the first one. Shorter Catechism by G.I. Williams. I actually might keep this one. This is a PCA. This is a goes over the PCA Shorter Catechism, but also has some commentary on it and that sort of thing. I'm going to look it up, but I may keep this. I'm a Baptist who attends a PCA church, so I'm a theology nerd. So do that sometimes. All right, finally, the last one that really kind of that is Philip Yancey. 3 books here with his name on it. One in a nice slipcover. So these books, I think I've sold some Philip Yancey books before, lotted up. So that's why I grabbed these out of the box, and we'll see how they go. Finally, actually, one more thing. Is in here? It wasn't here. Or did I pull it out? I pulled it out. I know I pulled it out because here it is this was a good find the other day. Adventures in Odyssey CD set. They made a ton of these out of Focus of the Family, I think, over the years. One of my sons particularly likes them. And so I grab them when I see them. They resell really well. And as do most kids' audio DVD stuff, audiobooks. This is actually a radio adventure series. It went on for years. And you could get them on DVD and taped. I think taped back in the day. And so that was something that as soon as I saw it, I started looking around and found 3 or 4 different ones. I think there were 3 we didn't have. So I gave those to my son, kept this one because this one I'm going to see about reselling and see what it is. I suspect it's going to be in the $10 range. But individually, I think even individually, those do okay. Do great lotted up. So keep your eyes open for Adventures in Odyssey. And these will be in the big DVD, CD cases too. So those are worth snagging. Other than that, not much to go with. And if I when I go through these books, if I find any more that are worthwhile, I'll let you know. So, once more, welcome back, John. Glad to see you making videos again. Been missing them. And after I finish this one, I'm going to watch yours while I box some stuff up. So, have a good day. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.